would say we were good together. I would say we had fun.
Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is CeeChronicles and I post fragrance related content on this platform. If you're new, please consider joining this channel by subscribing and becoming part of the family. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back. Also remember to hit the like and the share button, as those are helpful in ensuring that our videos have a wider reach. Today I have a couple of fragrances with a milk note, and I'm going to be explaining what is doing what. The very first one is going to be Berial Oud Noble Blush. This is that lush rose milk, okay, in florals, and it's creamy. It does also have that meringue note as well as the vanilla, and the vanilla in here is very prominent, but for you to love this, make sure you do like your fragrances on the lactonic side. It lists that rose milk. Some people say the rose milk here doesn't quite hit it, but for me, it works. Okay, so it's Noble Blush from the house of Lattafa. We have a couple of fragrances or smell alikes to Blanche Betty. Let me just show you Blanche Betty. Blanche Betty is not a fragrance that I decided to buy in full size, simply because I felt this rendition to this was pretty good, as well as the Paris Corner one, Tuskin. Okay, Tuskin Lactia Divina. I have since finished my full bottle. This one is in this form. I bought it to show you that Paris Corner has got the gift set, but I also want to give it to somebody, so we're not going to yank it out. Otherwise, Lactia Divina, Her Confession are fragrances inspired by Blanche Betty. Blanche Betty from Liquid Imaginaires is a fragrance that does utilize the milk note. I just have this vial, and for me it was enough. So for alternatives to this Blanche Betty, you could get yourself Her Confession, or of course that Lactia Divina by Paris Corner of their Tuscan line. And what this DNA profile does is it hangs on to that milk note, making it the star of the show. You're going to get a tuberose coming into the mix, but what the tuberose does is simply also adds a milky weight to it. It is like a buttery, creamy like tuberose. Jasmine is there, but doesn't speak that much. So it's mostly that milk note, that creamy tuberose, that ambrette, the vanilla. And then for depth, they have used the tonka. They also used incense, but in little doses. Okay, you might not even get to smell the incense in either one of these fragrances. I would say the incense perhaps I used to get from the Paris Corner one, because this one had like a bit of a toasty feel about it, which I could say maybe was because of the incense, or it was just how the vanilla was toasty. I don't know which is which, but buy either one of these fragrances if you like your fragrances on the lactonic side, milky side. There's also that cacao note to add to the goodness. And our next up, guys, is going to be a fragrance that I do not have in full size because I keep finding this fragrance out of stock, Nebras Elixir, and the only thing I have is a decant. This is a second decant. If you watched my previous video, I think I did come with one in this. So this is Nebras Elixir, guys. This is gorgeous. Lattafa nailed it on this, and I think the reason why my supplier keeps having this and then it's out of stock before I get my hands on it is because of how good it is. You are going to get that lactonic vibe overall, but in this, the milk note has been listed as milk candy. So there's going to be like a gourmand, like a dessert candy feel to the way the milk is presented. It does also have white sugar, it also has vanilla, and it also has whipped cream as a separate note. So this is indeed milky, but I like the way this one presents itself in pages. Lattafa nailed that milk candy note. It's just a fun gourmand. It smells very good. It smells like it just feels like I could give a hug to somebody who smells like this, even smelling myself. That's how good Nebras Elixir is. So enough said. Before we conclude this video, I still have like 2 or 3 more to show you guys. A quick shout out to our products. We have Proud Mary Extract of Buffer 120 mls for sale here on YouTube, and we also have our second release numero right here on YouTube for $89. A combo deal that may be better, right? Where you can purchase both. You can purchase them here on YouTube or on our website www.macedonperfumes.com. CeeChronicles-Talking.com. And remember to leave feedback because we are now on Fragrantica. Another one I wanted to show you here, looked and I think it's because that bottle perhaps is within my Must collection, or I lost it or something, is the one I wanted to show you instead of this. But this also incorporates a milk note. This is French Coffee from Al Rehab. The one I would have wanted to show you here was the one from Paris Corner, which is Eternal Coffee. Okay, Eternal Coffee. Both fragrances, this one and the Eternal Coffee, incorporate that milk note in coffee. But if you do not want the push and pull between the coffee feeling so coffee-like, I would say to leave this one, in as much as it does have that espresso feel, you know, that milk feel, but it's overpowered by the coffee. If you want one that will have a perfect balance of that milk note, fusing of course with the coffee, then go for the Eternal Coffee from Paris Corner. So I didn't simply rule it out. I just put it here as one of the fragrances I wanted to show. Another hint here. I'm pretty sure you probably saw a video where I introduced these little fragrances from Wataniah. If you're looking for fragrances that take a note and run with it, okay, they have this Tabby's line. The owner of Wataniah, okay, said to me in person that when he created this line, he created it as like a Teletubby fun line, but a lot of adults ran with it, you know, finding these fragrances very enjoyable to layer with other fragrances or to wear on their own. So for example, this one's called Berry Blast. This one is called Cotton Candy. So in Berry Blast, you're going to get that Berry Blast. In Cotton Candy, etc. In this Strawberry Cheesecake, you're going to get a cheesecake-like feel of a fragrance. So just wanted to clue you up on this particular line. I think they do have another one, perhaps called Whipped Cream or Milky something, that just is going to focus, you know, on that note of milk. Then we have the brand Commodity. The brand Commodity has got Milk Orchid. I have it on the way. I can't wait to smell that one. This is a brand I feel does very good fragrances, guys. This Commodity milk is going to have the milk note. They have this thing where they put milk plus, milk plus, milk minus, milk bold, that sort of thing. Can be a little bit confusing to tell them apart, but I can tell you, if you buy the one that says plus, it's amped up. If you buy the one that's just milk, it's going to be just milk, but still with the lasting power. If you buy the minus, then it's going to be almost on the subtle side. That's how the brand does it. If you're looking for something that's going to incorporate the note of milk in its overdoseness, okay, a little bit of a toastiness to it, woods as well. That toastiness is amplified in this. The minus, I'm not sure what that one's gonna be doing, but I know this one turns into a woody, toasty milk scent with a marshmallow and that tonka, and this one is also doing the same thing but amplified. So if you want something that's going to have that sillage, the projection and stuff, then you could look at the one that says plus, or this one. And oh, if I'm not mistaken, I think Maisonal is Maisonasra or Hadlash. I'm going to see which. I'm going to research after this and then insert it as I edit the video. Have got an affordable version of this. It's called Milky Way, if I'm not mistaken, and I did bring a video, you know, of that fragrance. The next fragrance that has milk, okay, as a note, but pulls the black currant the most, to an extent that when I do a black currant lineup, I'm gonna, you know, add my Signorina Misteriosa, but I didn't want to take away the fact that it does have that milk mousse. Okay, so that black currant in this fragrance is gonna vibe as wrapped up in a milky, creamy feel of the milk mousse as well as the tuberose, but it's not one I would say go and buy as the top of the ones I've shown you here. We have fragrances here that are standing by that milk note that will do better than this, but I just didn't want to take away anything from this because it does incorporate the milk note. The very last one, guys, is going to be Strawberry Pound Cake from Paris Corner. This is not a favorite of mine, but I also didn't want to take anything away from it by not talking about it. This of course does have the strawberry, and it lists the notes of coffee. I do not really quite get the coffee here. What I actually get is something that is a bit caramelly, and it also lists milk. That strawberry bit of it kind of does the most, but I guess it's doing what it's supposed to because the fragrance is called strawberry pound cake. However, it does have milk at the base. So this rises down to a musky, milky, fruity, sweet, powdery scent. Not so much of the coffee, just perhaps a little bit in the beginning there. Actually interpreting as caramelly, especially when it mixes with sort of like a toasty vanilla that I get in here. But yes, it does incorporate the milk note, and it is here for that reason. So those are some of the fragrances I wanted to recommend to you guys in case you're looking for fragrances that have milk. If you want milk on steroids, go for any one of these commodity milk ones, okay? Or Lattafa Confession or Lactia Divina. Eclair also has milk by Lattafa, but I didn't want to bring it here because I've spoken about that fragrance a lot, and the bottle is buttered. And of course, try to get your hands on Nebras Elixir. You will thank me later if you do not already have it. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we discuss more about fragrances. Remember to turn on post notifications. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one, guys, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.